Whoa, whoa. You can't rely on yesterday's success. Every day you wake up, you better press reset. Let's go, baby. Press Reset is our weekly podcast where we talk about the do's, the don'ts, tips, super tricks, the mindset of the t-shirt business. And this ain't no one-man band. With my right-hand man, the two. The dope tracks you hear behind me and most of our reels, he produced them. So if you need something that's custom for your podcast, for your reels or whatnot, check him out. You could use him. His name is It's The Two on all platforms. That's TU. And I'm Swin, the inventor of Fractals print pots. And for the last 10 years, I was in the garage creating a press that's leading the next generation of screen printers, clothing brands, entrepreneurs, empowering you with big dreams in your small spaces. Pause. Woo woo. Man, today, we on Wednesday today, hump day, right? Man, it's been an amazing week of eye-opening revelations, right? We're gonna continue off the last podcast because, man, this is something that I think a lot of businesses, a lot of clothing brands could benefit from. You can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone. Stop trying to do it alone. I get it. Most of the time we're doing it alone because if we don't do it, who will? If you don't lead the train, who will? Right? You end up being the captain that swabs the deck, that cooks the food, the navigator, and also the captain that's leading the ship. That's also hindering your growth. Woo-woo. So today, I just need to talk to y'all to get it through our heads. Like I said, I'm not a guru, I'm the woo-woo. And being the woo-woo, I done bumped my heads hella times, right? Throughout this 16-year process of becoming a business owner, entrepreneur, t-shirt designer, inventor, I bumped my head several times. And so as I'm wiggling through the game, trying to find the right lane, I want to guide you if I can, if you need it. If not, just tap in for some entertainment, you feel me? We're going to talk about it today, man. Everything can't run through you. Can't run through you, man. If it runs through you, it stops with you. Woo-woo. And I get that, man. We doing it because we got to do it. But it can't run through you. You're the designer, the printer, the shipper, all of that. You're the manufacturer, you're the salesman, all of that. You're editing everything, you're dropping, man, you're replying to voicemails, the DMs, all of that, man. It's hard to scale in that way. When everything is flowing through you, you drop the ball, man. Sometimes we juggling, and the juggling works, but we get distracted at times, and the more balls you throw on there, the more work, the more calories you burning, the more items get dropped and fall through the cracks. Woo-woo. Makes it hard to scale, man. The game that us as clothing brands, product owners think we playing is we got to do it all. Can't trust nobody. They can't do it like you can do it. You got to delegate to grow, though. You got to delegate to grow. So we holding everything in. It's close like this. My baby, it's my baby, you know what I'm saying? And we scared to delegate and give some other people around us an opportunity to expand themselves and grow. Control feels productive, but it's really capping your captivity. It's really capping you. Capping you. Your capacity is capping your capacity. In order for you to grow, you got to let it go. Woo-woo. The game that we actually playing is build together, build systems. Operators build reputation and repeatability. Leaders build teams. Say that again, man. Builders build systems. Operators build repeatability. Leaders build teams. It's hard to be all three at every time, but it's like that sometimes. So you got to realize, are you the builder? Are you the operator? Are you the leader? Pick one, pick two. You pick three, everything falls through. If it isn't documented, it can't be delegated. And until I learned this in the back room when I'm welding, I had to document this. Okay, the mini pod takes these cuts, 2 of 19 and blah, blah, blah. One of these, boom, boom, boom. Documenting this so somebody could come in and say, oh, okay, I need to cut this 1.5 by 3 at this length, da, 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 da. Until I was able to lay that system out where somebody else could follow it, then I had to remove that little space of error where, all right, I can't trust this person to measure this correctly every time. Let me set up different systems where all you got to do is move this little spacer into the right slot in order to get the proper cut, right? I had to lay the system out. I had to document it so somebody could follow behind me or I could delegate it. Multiply yourself. You don't need more effort, you just need more structure. And that's important for us clothing brands, founders. We need that structure, baby. We don't need to do more, we need to delegate more, right? And so Fractal's been doing this. We've been running through these do's and don'ts. We've been hitting our head, bumping our ass every turn for the last 15 years until we figured out the system is what creates reputation, repeatability, trust, and inspires growth. And that's where we got to get to as a clothing brand. Get that out the way, man. Now here's your 5 fractals for the day. Self-control, bottleneck, systems, leverage. Self-control, bottleneck, systems, leverage. Yourself, you're the founder. You can't do everything, all right? If you're the person who came up with the idea for your brand or your business, sometimes you gotta lay it out. You gotta lay the vision out for people to follow so they can see it and be inspired. But you can't do it all. Fresh reset. Come on, baby. This bell got one job. Can't do it all. The control, refusing to release the responsibility. We all feel like, and you gotta allow other people to fail once or twice, right? And I know I do this in the shop a lot, man. If somebody comes in and I'm teaching somebody something new, of course I want to, hey, look, do it this way in this order. And the reason why you do it this way in this order, because I've done it other ways and this is the fastest way to do it, you know? And sometimes, depending on who I'm working with, some people get it or some people just want to try on their own and I see them. That's cool. If you mess it up and you're doing it on your own, you have to pay for that. I'm trying to tell you, this is the process, right? And some people are able to learn their own process. Some ways it's faster for other people in other ways, but for the most part, this is the system. So allowing people the opportunity to grow, learn their own way of doing it, while still being within the system that you created is a good thing. You won't run into the bottlenecks. Growth limitations, right? If you hit a bottleneck in your production and the growth of your business, it's usually because one person is holding up the flow. You holding up the drip. Let it go. You can't do it all. Let it go, bring in other people so it can continue to flow. And this is usually how it goes as you start in your print business. If you're the founder, you are the one that's getting the sales. When the sales come in, now you're doing the printing. But while you're doing the printing, you're not also getting sales. So it becomes this flow of get sales, do the job. Little space, a break of nothing, because while you were doing the job, there weren't more sales coming in, right? That's usually the bottleneck system when we first start off as a business. If you could bring somebody else in that's either, are you better at sales or you better at actually printing? If you're better at printing, realize that, bring somebody else in for sales. If you're better at sales, then bring other people in for printing so you can continue that flow of bringing business in. Woo-woo. And that only is possible when you have systems. You documented the process, the repeatable steps. We're in the process of doing that now as the apprentice that we have come in, creating these steps where it makes it easy. I don't have time to really sell and teach each individual how to sell. But if we have a system in place, if we have modulars or a learning system where you could go there and learn, these are the steps that you need to walk through a customer in order to get sales, that creates repeatability. Leverage. Others executing, you directing. Woo woo. Others executing, you directing. Press reset. That was a good one right there. Right? Let others execute, you direct. It's hard to be the director, the actor, the editor, the lighter, you the audio guy. If you're doing it all, it's gonna show. Right? Let somebody else do the executing so you can do the directing. Let somebody else swab the deck so you can actually control and move the boat where it needs to go. Woo-woo. Replace yourself in a task, not in the vision. And so that's where it's hard to separate. If I let somebody else do it, they're not gonna execute my vision. That's not completely true. Let somebody else do it, you can keep your eye on the vision. Keep your hands on the wheel, woo-woo. I got 3 plays for you today. Document the process this week. One process, just one thing that you do in the shop that it might be just you doing it. Document that process step by step by step. So as you have people that come into your sphere, you can teach them some things. You can say, all right, check this out. This is how you do this. Here, follow these steps. These are the steps to do this process. And you'll see what happens in your business. So write that down step by step. Play number 2. Remove one low value task. Outsource that, Joe. Automate it. Rather it be you doing your designs. We used to do all the digitizing in-house with the embroidery, right? I learned to do it because I like to do it. It's important for me to know processes. But I did it for 3 years, and now I realize it's a lot easier and it's a little cheaper. That's a cost that, you pass over to the customer, especially if they're getting less than 24 items embroidered. You're gonna pay for the digitizing on that. Maybe $25, right? Just doing that and the vectorizing of certain files and certain images, it's better. As business grows, it's a lot easier to say, hey bro, Steve, handle this, Steve. You know what I'm saying? I slide it off to Steve. He got a quick return. He slide it back to me. And sometimes I need to get on there and maybe, all right, let me tweak this, or let me, expand this line right here a little bit. But I know how to do it because I did digitize it. So I can just do the little tweaks. You got to do that, man. Give that task to somebody, whatever it is in your business. That's, it's important, but it don't stop the momentum. Give that to somebody else so you can keep your eye on the vision. Play number 3. Build a micro team. That's where we at, man. Building these micro teams from people in different areas, right? Different regions of the world. These are micro teams because what a person may need here in we're in Western United States, right? Is maybe different. The needs are different to somebody that I'm speaking to in Colombia, right? What seems their need are different to our needs, and how I can supply and I can apply my knowledge or my tools to that region, the systems may change a little bit. So it's important. Try to set up micro teams of people even in your city, right? Every city demographic is different. People may need or want something different in Scottsdale than they may want here in the Central Phoenix area. Their expectations may be different. Our expectations may be different. How we are accessible and how we cater this product to an individual is different in different regions. So it's important. Try to set up micro teams within your city or your network to get that feedback, right? Start small to test that trust and see who can handle what. As people come in and let them know, man, hey, you ain't gonna be around me too long without doing the task. They used to know, I'm gonna come to the shop if there's a swing, you gonna get to work, I'm gonna put some work on you, man. And that's what I want you to do is play number 3, bring that in, micro teams, put some people to work. Clarity creates delegation. Delegation creates capacity. Woo-woo. Told you I'm here for a good time, not a long time. About to be out of here. We got work to do. I'm actually gonna be welding some fractals this week. So I'm setting up some more systems. I'm recording my process so I can set up more systems of delegation. But before I get out of here, leaders design systems. The workers just survive, and that's real talk. Are you the one that's gonna be surviving the system, or are you the one that's gonna be delegating the system? Replace yourself in the execution so that you can lead in the expansion. Replace yourself in the execution so you can lead in expansion. Woo-woo. Come on, baby. For the time. Woo-woo.